母親に似て心の優しい君なのに。だが今日で最後だ。もう。
チャンネル登録していい。
Car D Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. Discover the latest OP10 deck lists on gumgum.gg, updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, OP09 Red Green Law deck breakdown. Yes, OP01 Red Green Law, a deck that I haven't played in a really long time. We're going to try out a new package in the deck. We'll try out the animal package, see how it improves the deck. In the end, this is still an off-meta deck, I would have to say, so be wary of that. But I think it's still quite good, pretty fun actually, but just doesn't really have a place in the current meta. But yeah, let's just take a look at the leader here. So Red Green Law is a dual color leader with 5,000 power and 4 starting life. His leader ability reads, activate main once per turn. If you pay 2 Dawn, if you have 5 characters, return up to 1 character to the owner's hand. Then play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less of a different color as you return character from your hand. So that means if we return a red character to our hand, we play out a green character. If we return a green character to our hand, we play a red character out. You want to get the most value out of this by returning like a small costed character and then playing out like a high costed one with the max of 5 costs. And yeah, the strategy with this deck has been historically just to play out a bunch of searchers and stuff, and then once you get a full board ready with 5 characters on board, you pop those searchers back to hand, you play out Blocker Law, pop another searcher back to your hand, play out Rush Zoro, and then you would play the searchers to refill your hand, and then you keep recurring the Law into Zoro combo to just keep swinging at your opponent. And that's pretty much the same as it is in my current state with the deck. I just wanted to add the animal package to increase the consistency of filling your board. But yeah, let's just jump right into the deck list. So this is the deck list for 09. Total price of the deck is $158.01 based on market price on TCG Player as of January 4th. In my other 2 deck breakdowns, when I started adding the price, I realized I was using the like moderately played or the damage price because I wanted the cheapest price for the deck as possible, because yeah, I'm a cheapo, but most people would buy the near mint version of a card. So I made it near mint prices, the lowest near mint price for the lowest variant non-alt art base art card for each card here. So first off, we have 4 OP01 Nami, 1 cost 2k power, 1k counter. So it's the top 5 Straw Hat Searcher for the deck. It's a 1 cost character that you can replay out and then draw you all of your 2ks, and then also finds your Zoros and your Radical Beams. And finds most of the animals in our deck because they're mostly choppers, right? I think Hiking Bear and Robsons are the only 2 non-chopper animals. 3 starter deck 1 Tony Chopper, 1 cost 1k power, blocker. So just a cheap character to play out to fill your board, and he's a blocker too, good utility in that regard, right? He can stop a bunch of your opponent's really big swings just for a 1 Dawn investment. 4 starter deck 2 Drool Rebonny, 1 cost 1k power, 1k counter. Activate main for 1 Dawn. You can rest this card and look at the top 5 for a Supernova type card added to your hand. So tap Searcher for Supernova type cards. This finds our Zoros, it finds our Laws, it finds all of our 5 drops actually, right? They're all Supernova. So while Nami finds us our 2ks, Bonnie finds us our attacking bodies and our like efficient bodies to cheat out with our leader ability. She does have to tap herself to do this though, so it's one of the prime targets to bounce back to your hand to keep her alive to search another day. 4 OP02 Tony Chopper, 2 cost 2k power, 2k counter. Dawn times 1 when attacking, you can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 2 or less. That part's not too relevant, but it's a 2k counter that is searchable with Nami and cheatable by the 08 Chopper and then with the 04 Chopper as well. Historically in like a Zoro deck, since we only run red, we don't have access to the green Chopper cards, but yeah, in this deck we do have access to it. 3 EB01 Tony Chopper, 3 cost 4k power, 1k counter. Blocker, and then Dawn times 2 when attacking, give it to one of your opponent's characters minus 3k power for the turn. So yeah, it's a blocker when you need it, and it also debuffs your opponent's characters when you need it. This is good at like clearing your opponent's board. You're gonna have a lot of rush Zoro swings too, so like getting this Chopper to debuff something, and then following it up with like a Zoro attack can like finish off a lot of characters. And yeah, it's still a blocker at the end of the day. That's good at keeping you alive. We run the starter deck blocker Chopper, this blocker Chopper, and then like the blocker Laws. So a lot of defense in our deck because we are only running 8 2k counters, as you can see in the bottom blue graph there. 4 OP01 Rodonoa Zoro, 3 cost 5k power, then he has Rush. So yeah, it's a prime target to bounce out with your OP01 Law, which we'll go over in a bit. But yeah, he just has Rush, efficient stat line, something that can be replayed over and over to keep swinging 5. And just emergency have a Rush card to finish your opponent off too in the late game. 4 OP04 Tony Chopper, 3 cost 4k power, 1k counter. On play, play up to 1 animal type character with the power of 3000 or less from your hand. So this plays out quite a bit of cards in our deck. It plays out Hiking Bear, plays out the starter deck 1 Chopper, it plays out the OP02 2k counter Chopper. So a lot more targets than you normally have because you have access to green in this kind of deck. Yeah, it's a 2-for-1 body for 3. It helps fill your board to even let you leader ability on your like 3rd turn sometimes. 4 OP08 2020 Chopper. 3 cost 5k power. Then on your turn, on play, or when attacking, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. And then from them, you can play out a animal type character with the power of 4000 or less as rested. So yeah, also a way to flood the board. It's a 2-for-1 that searches the top 5 and then only plays out animals. So in this kind of deck, we do whiff more often than in a Zoro deck because we're not running a pure animal package. But more often than not, you'll find something to play out that helps fill your board. You can leader ability a lot earlier, right? This helps you reliably leader ability on your 3rd or 4th turn. Most of the times after that, you don't mind if this chopper dies because yeah, he fulfilled his usefulness in filling out your board. But yeah, the most devastating way to go about it is to play this chopper into this 04 chopper and then into like a blocker chopper out. That's 3 characters for 3 Dawn. 4 OP08 Hiking Bear, 3 cost, 3k power, 2k counter. Dawn times 1, activate main once per turn. Give it to one of your other animal type characters other than this one. Plus 1000 power for the turn. So yeah, he just like mirrors the value of 1 Dawn, attaches him onto another character. That's efficient in and of itself. But he's also a 2k counter, 4 of the 8 that we run. And he's also able to be cheated up at the 04 chopper. So yeah, it's great for that. And yeah, also something you can cheat out with the 08 chopper as well. 1 OP08 Robson, 3 cost 4k power, 1k counter. Dawn times 2, this character gains rush. I just wanted like an avenue to gain rush via an animal in case I don't find my Zoros. Robson is 3 cost, so you still can use it with the blocker law. And he has 1k counter too, so I thought a 1 of would be like spicy. 2 starter deck 1 Monkey D Luffy, 5 cost 6k power. He has rush, and then Dawn times 2 when attacking. Your opponent cannot activate blocker this battle. So yeah, he's our way to finish off your opponent who tries to like survive by blockering up in the late game. Or even then, you can just play this guy out with your leader ability just to swing 6k rush into something that's also useful. But yeah, his main benefit is that he is a red source that we can swap out with one of our green searchers on board, right? If we have a Bonnie and we don't have like a blocker law to bounce the Bonnie back to hand, we just pop the Nami back to our hand and play out this Luffy to replace her, because it does have to be the opposite color, right? Or in cases where we need a 2k in hand, we can bounce the 02 chopper back too. 3 EB01 Cavendish, 5 cost 6k power, 1k counter. On play or when attacking, if your leader is a supernova type and you have no other Cavendishes on the board, you can untap 2 of your Dawn. So yeah, this card is very Dawn efficient if you can keep him on board. Essentially, the 2 Dawn that you get with this Cavendish can be used with your leader ability, right? So on the turn you play him, you do have access to your leader ability anyway, if it's like your 5th character. On subsequent turns, you just have access to so much more Dawn that you can use for the turn. You can even untap this Cavendish to attack again to untap 2 more Dawn for you, which is something we can do in this deck because of the starter deck law, which we'll go over in a bit. 4 OP01 Trafalgar Law, 5 cost 6k power, blocker, and then on play, you can return one of your characters to your hand, play out to 1 character with the cost of 3 or less from your hand. So yeah, as we mentioned earlier, we could just shuffle around our rested characters to replay like our rush attackers or like a blocker or something. You can just fit what we need in any given situation with this blocker law, and he himself is a pretty potent attacker, right? 6k stat line, 1 Dawn makes him a 7. This is like your bread and butter. You need to find this guy and your Zoros out ASAP with your Bonnies and your Namis. 4 starter deck 2 Trafalgar Law, 5 cost 6k power, 1k counter. On play, set up to one of your Supernova or Heart Pirates type rested characters with a cost of 5 or less is active. So yeah, we can untap our Cavendishes, we can untap our Blocker Law, we can untap our Zoros to attack again. All great options. This helps you like finish off your opponent, right? It's not out of the realm of possibility where we're like using our Blocker Laws to swing what, a 14k twice, right? 2 Dawn for our leader ability to cheat out this law to untap our Blocker Law to attack again. And then yeah, he himself is a pretty nice attacker at 6k as well afterwards. And lastly, we have 2 OP01 Radical Beam, 1 cost counter event. Your leader up to one of your characters gets plus 2000 power for the battle. Then if you have 2 or less life cards, they gain an additional 2k. So 4k counter for 1 Dawn when you're at low life. This kind of deck, you do want to go low life pretty easily because you do want like more cards in hand to increase your options to consistently use your leader ability. So you do get a lot of value out of Radical Beam in this kind of deck. Then on trigger, you can give it to one of your leaders or characters plus 1k power for the whole turn. This sometimes can be useful, right? If you're against another aggro deck, you make your leader a 6k. It costs 1 more Dawn for all of their attacks to land on you. For starting hands, you'll want Nami to search for your Straw Hats and your Choppers, your 2ks. You want Bonnie to find your Supernovas. You'll want to find your Zoros and your Laws. 04 Chopper is great into playing out a second body to help fill your board to leader ability as soon as possible. Likewise, this 08 Chopper can play out another body. You can even play out this 04 Chopper into a 3rd body. And then in emergency situations, the Blocker Law Hardcasted from hand works too, right? Because you can technically replay this Chopper to cheat out a second body for the turn, right? On your 5 Dawn turn, you attack with this Chopper, play out another animal, play this Law, replay this Chopper, cheat out another animal, sets you up for the next turn with the full board. For cards to consider, there's the EB01 Shut Up and Come With Us. It's a 1 Dawn event. It's a counter event where you can play animal type character with a cost of 3 or less from the top 5 of your deck. We do have a lot of choppers we can play with this card, but I feel like the way that our deck is already, we have so many 1-drops that we don't really need it, and it's kind of like a dead card in the late game, right? We want cards with counter value at the very least, or something we can cheat out with our leader ability. So it's great in getting us started, but I feel like we already have a easy time getting started with what we have. OP01 Otama is also a great option. It's a 2k counter that can give minus 2k power to something on play. Being a 1-drop means that we can always slot it into a turn to debuff something and then bounce it back to our hand, and then attack into something that we debuffed with like a Rush Zoro or even with our leader, right? If I was wanting to run more than 8 2k counters, I would consider Otama as my like top pick. Or you can even like slot out 1 Hiking Bear and 1 of the O2 choppers for 2 Otamas or something like that. And then there's a plethora of other 5-cost Supernova choices you have here. There's the 07 body that can freeze a Dawn or a character. There's this Luffy that can keep all of your 3-cost or lower characters unable to be KO'd by your opponent's effects. This could be like a counter for Lucci if you kind of need this kind of effect. And there's X-Trick if you want to pop like a 4-cost or less rested character. So yeah, you have some options here if you want to consider these. Hidden Killer could be an option too. He's kind of awkward in that he's not a 3-cost, so you can't like bounce it back out with the blocker law. But he does swing 7k for 4 Dawn. You can just bounce back one of your green characters like your Chopper or your Bonnie to play out this Rush guy. And he's a Supernova, so he's searchable by Bonnie. So yeah, you could consider Hidden Killer if you want to be like even more aggro than you already are. Now for Red-Green Laws matchups, you do have to take it with a grain of salt. There's only like what, 600 matches to pull from for the entirety of ranked data for Red-Green Law as of OP09. Not exactly a popular deck, but just from this small sample size of games, we see that he does do really well into Blackbeard, which is interesting because despite losing access to on-plays, I guess we can just get so much more value out of our leader ability. And then yeah, Rush Zoro is always a great card against Blackbeard, so that kind of does make sense a little bit. We're great into Black Yellow Luffy slightly, right? Too much aggression from to survive. Great into Nami. We're throwing so many 5 and 6Ks at your opponent that they have to keep using counter events to inefficiently counter these small hits for like 4k. Great into Robin too. Just 4 life leader has trouble with aggression, I guess. And then great into Smoker. But yeah, loses to Shanks. This is kind of understandable because his leader ability like stops 1 attack every turn. One of your 5ks that you're having to swing multiples of. Likewise loses to Doflamingo. I think Doflamingo just out aggroes you, and then the freaking 4-cost law is like the bane of any aggro matchup into Doflamingo. That 4-cost law that bounces your characters back to hand will just stop you in your tracks. I don't understand why the Blue Doflamingo as an aggro deck has access to removal to like counter other aggro decks, right? I think if it weren't for that card, like aggro decks that are faster than Doflamingo could actually have a chance against them, but because of that one singular card that they can like pretty consistently find through all the searches and their top deck rearranging, that yeah, it's kind of hard to get any leeway against a Blue Doflamingo player. Loses to Purple Luffy. This one I find surprising because I actually had pretty good matchups in the Purple Luffy myself, just due to the sheer number of 5ks you can throw at them. And then it loses to Lucci, like very much so. 9% win rate against Lucci. This makes sense. The 4-cost Lucci pops everything on your board. You can never use your leader ability. And then currently loses to Bonnie because of the 8-cost Kid variant being the popular variant of Bonnie at the moment. And then since we're throwing 5ks, it's hard to attack over an 8k, right? We want to be able to get as many 5ks in as we can, but can't really do that against Bonnie. We have to attack that big towering 8-cost Kid before we can attack 5k at the leader. But yeah, again, sample size is insanely low to make anything concrete with this data. I just thought it would be nice to illustrate it as well. Like even for the Black Yellow Luffy matchup, there's not enough data for the first and second win rates to even display anything here. So this is my animal version of Red Green Law. I just wanted to try something out, something different. And for some reason, I do think like there's this perceived reputation that I only play meta decks, but I play off meta too, right? It's an animal Red Green Law deck. Come on. I'm just playing the fun decks, and then it just so happens that most of the meta decks are pretty fun, right? Losing's not fun, but yeah, sometimes I like to go a little spicy like this too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you give the list a try, and then yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like and comment and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Check out my channel for other deck breakdowns. I have an 09. I have all the meta decks covered by now. So yeah, moving on to the off meta stuff now. And yeah, enjoy the matches coming up right now. We have Red Green Law versus Purple Luffy. Let's try to aggro the aggro guy. I do think I need a searcher. Yeah. Okay, we got the 08 chopper. I wish I had a Bonnie at least too. Alright, he passes. We will swing 5, burn a 1k. Maybe even a 2k. Want to give me a 2k? Nope, 1k. 08 chop into 04 chop into hiking bop and pass. Okay, ramp to 5. Play another kid or Sangoro. Sangoro, 5 at my tapped guy. Do we save him? Yeah, we'll save him. We gotta save this guy. Counter 2. I can try to aggro him down quite a bit here. Assuming I don't whiff with this chopper, so 5 at lead. Of course. Okay, so there goes that plan. Right, if I could have gotten another animal out, play Zoro, and then I could have bounced some shenanigans. Oh, but then I only have red to bounce back. So I'm in a predicament here. 2-5 at lead. Counters 1. We'll just play out a Luffy here and pass. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I need my blocker law, and I keep giving him things to attack into instead of him attacking my life. My life. So he's at what, 8 Dawn. We'll let the chopper die. Then he can attack our life and we'll get a card. Oh, he attacks my life? Okay. What's he got for 8 that can kill this chopper? Okay, I get my blocker. 5. Okay, well, counter 2 and then there's a Sanji or something. Or 2 Zoros. Play 2 4-drops instead, please. Okay, oh, yeah, I can't whiff twice in a row with this guy, right? I run so many animals. Okay, Zoro out. So Onami, Zoro. And then they pick up Luffy. 9-cost Luffy. That's probably coming next turn. Not probably, for sure. So let's try to... Should we aggro him down? Yeah, I'm going to ignore the Sangoro. Okay, yeah, we whiffed twice. That is, I guess, something that actually can happen. Counter 1. Okay. I can do 2 Dawn Hiking Bear, buff, Chopper 5. We'll burn every 1k from his hand. There's a 1k. How about another? Okay, there's a 2k. Do leader 5. He blocks that one. Okay, well... Should I attack the Sangoro? That was Zoro. Attack 5 into lead. Okay, he took that one. I wasn't expecting that. 6 at lead? Take this one too? All bricks? No, he has 2Ks. What am I talking about? Okay, we'll bounce Chopper back to hand. Or a 2K. Because I don't mind if this Chopper dies now, I don't think. Yo, bounce a 2K back to hand, play out Law. Bounce Zoro back to hand, play out Zoro. Another 5. Go to 1? 1 life? He did. Yeah, he had counter. He just wanted to have cards in hand. So if he does play 9-cost Luffy, he can't recover from that, right? Because my board's too wide. Okay, he played it anyway. So scratch what I said. So this Dawn is for Gum Gum Giant. These are all the hits that are going to come at us. 5, 6, 6, 10. Here's 6. Probably at this guy. Oh, 6 at Zoro. We'll counter. Keep as many body alive as we can. So 6 at 6. Counter. 10 at Zoro. Okay, sure. Then 5 at... Well, I have no more. Oh yeah, 5 I can just block. Huh, why didn't he want to attack my Luffy? Okay. So 1 Dawn up for Gum Gum Giant. We'll do it like this. 5 at lead. Okay, finally get something. But I have to bounce my Law back to play the Zoro. I think it's okay. I think I can attack like a bunch of times. Okay, so there's 1 hit in. About another 5. We'll just 5 him to death. Okay, found a 1k. I don't think you have 2k, so we'll see if he does or not. Maybe he'll Gum Gum Giant this. Yeah, Gum Gum Giant's a 6k. That's good news. Okay, if I bounce... I think I want to do 6. Okay, he counters with 2 1ks. Do 5 at lead. He took that one. We'll bounce Law back to play Zoro. Zoro 5. Counters. Okay, we'll play out Law again. Bounce back Zoro. We play Zoro and do 6 for game, hopefully. We had it. Yeah, just throw as many 5Ks as we can at the guy until he dies. Maybe I could have... I didn't need to do that, right? right? Because I spent 5 Dawn just to get another 6k in. Maybe it was better just to apply some of this 5 Dawn onto some of my other characters. Especially since he didn't have Dawn up for Gungam Giant. I unnecessarily exposed myself to risk, but I just wanted to throw so many more attacks at him. But yeah, definitely should have just spread the Dawn around after the Gungam Giant was used. My bad. Bye. Red Green Law versus Shanks. I have a feeling I can't beat this guy, right? I can't aggro him down as easily. But this is an amazing starting hand. We'll play out Nami. We'll take a small little chopper that I can double play next turn. He passes. Okay, well, swing 5. He'll do his thing that he does. We'll play chopper into chopper and pass. So I can get some Nami action going next turn. Try to find a Zoro, and at some point 7 of us will take 2 down nothing. Oh, okay, I could just draw the Zoro. Right, that works too. Okay, we can do 5 out lead. Oh wait, he's gonna Red Hawk. I'm stupid. Oh, you didn't. Okay. Whew, never punished. Nami into 08 chop. Then we'll do Dawn chop. 5 out lead. Counters 2. We'll play out Bonnie. Bounce. I guess we'll bounce this guy back to hand. Play out Law. Bounce Bonnie back to hand. Play out Zoro. Do 5 out lead. Take that. Okay. Pass. Yeah, I could have been punished there heavily by a Red Hawk. Luckily, he didn't have it. He even left Tudon up to scare me. But luckily, luckily for us, I'm so dumb that I didn't even think about it until after I attacked. So thank you, my stupidity. Right, saved me there. Okay, 9 at Zoro will block. He left Dawn up for Red Hawk again. He could have drawn it, right? So we'll just throw 6 from Zoro at him. I don't mind if a Nami dies. Okay, he countered. We'll do Bonnie search into. I guess we'll need one of these eventually. We'll bounce Nami back, play out Cavendish, have a bunch of Dawn up to use. Do 6 from this guy at lead. I think he doesn't have it. Okay, leader ability, my leader. So I'll do like 5-5. Oh, he did have Red Hawk. He just wanted to kill my Bonnie. Okay. That's fine. I didn't need her anyway. So he countered 1, has another 5. He took that, we'll pass. Okay, got him to 3 life. Maybe we are too much aggro for him to handle. So he can Ben Beckman and kill Nami. Oh, Rayleigh, okay. Kills Cavendish, I will save my Law. I need this guy, we'll counter 2. Okay, passes the turn. Play Nami. Probably need this guy at some point. And then play another Nami. Probably need this guy at some point. Okay, So we'll throw 6. Okay, countered. Okay, we'll throw leader 6. Okay, he countered. We'll throw Law 7. And then bounce him back to hand. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Leader ability counter 2. Okay, we'll bounce Law back to hand into Chopper? Zoro? He already leader ability, right? We'll do the Luffy. 6 out lead. He takes. Yep, we'll pass. Okay, 10 cost Shanks will make it really hard for me to like ping at him anymore. So, well, if he would have done that, he would have played that first. So, 5 at Zoro will counter 1. Maybe I can keep him alive. Okay, 8 at Zoro, he dies. But Roger? Shanks, huh? Why didn't you just play that first? 12 at Luffy. Okay, well. Welly well. We'll do Chopper into Blocker Chop. And we'll bounce Nami back to hand to play Law. Bounce the Nami back to play a Zoro out. Okay, so we'll do 7. What is this? 1k. I can't do much. 4, 7, 7, I guess. 7 at lead. He's got to be bricked by now, right? Nope, he has a 2k. Get him to 1 life. We'll pass. Then we'll try to finish it with a restand play here. Right, I don't think he's gonna leave Dawn up for Radical Beams or anything. So if he has 2 Shanks out, what does that make me? I have to spend 2 Dawn to replace these 2 bodies. 8 Dawn left over. Okay, really kills my Law, so I don't have the restand option, I don't think. Right, he just kills my board here. Yeah, it's fine. That is fine. We'll do it some other way. 7 at the blocker. Then 12 at us, we'll take. So we'll just get an extra body out. It's a 2k. Play Nami. Let's just fill our hand with 2ks, I guess. Another Nami. Blocker or rush? Probably blocker. Or counter, to be exact. 2 down to bounce, chopper back to play out Law to bounce, 2k back to play out a blocker. And then we just swing 11 at lead. Takes, okay. Hopefully 2 blockers and all these 2ks are enough to live. Probably should have left 1 down up for a Radical Beam from life, potentially, but you know, no foresight in my game plan. Right, if he has no way to get rid of the blockers, I don't die. At all. He just needs to survive my leader hit next turn. Okay, 5 at us, we will counter 1. 8 at us, we will... I guess no risk. No use in risking it, we'll just block that. 8 at us, we'll counter 4. 12 at us, we'll take that. Another Shanks. 12 at us will take that. Okay, he concedes. Whoa, we beat it Shanks. Am I that aggro? Or just people are not used to playing it? He had to have Marco too. Well, yeah, I don't know. I've been doing pretty well with this deck for some reason. Bye. Red-Green Law versus Black-Yellow Luffy will go first. I think I mulligan this. Okay, yeah, this is a better hand. Play out a Bonnie Pass. We have Chopper for next turn. We have Bonnies to find all of our Zoros and Laws. Hopefully, things should be going swimmingly. Okay, so they find a 2-cost Sabo with a Garp. Pass to us. Do I swing? Yeah, I'll swing. Right, that's the kind of guy I am. I'm not a starver. I'm a swinger. We'll play 08 Chop into 2k Chop. Let's leave the 2ks in our deck. We'll play out Blocker Chop and pass. Though, if I had played the 2k Chop, no, yeah, I still would have let it die anyway. It's a Garp. Will leader attack? I do need cards in hand. It'd be funny if he was the one starving me instead of the other way around. Okay, hits me for 9. We'll take it. Okay, a lot of options in hand. Okay, I can actually leader ability this turn. So we'll do 5 at lead. Cheat out Chopper into Hiking Bear. Okay, took that one. No trigger, please. If there's no trigger, I can leader ability. Okay, he gets a Egghead Luffy trigger. I can still leader ability? No, I can't. I need another character to cheat out. Dang. I thought I could do it. Right? If I had a Hiking Bear, I just play a 3-drop and then have 2 down left over. So yeah, I should have attacked the Garp instead, maybe. That's unfortunate. Do 5 at Garp. Takes. Okay, I guess we'll just search with Bonnies. Bonnie into Zoro. Second Bonnie out. And then we'll play out a 3-drop Robson and we'll pass. Okay, we'll leader ability from now. But would have been nice to have it 1 turn earlier. Okay, Rush Ace. 6 at that guy. We'll counter to save him. And then he'll throw 7. I keep both of my Bonnies this way. Right? Yep. I don't need the chopper anymore. Anyway. Okay, So we need Law. Okay, we get 3 of them. Or 4 of them. And then 2 of them go to the bottom of our deck. That's not good. We'll do, how about like this? So Cavendish out. Then we'll do this guy 5 at lead. He took leader 5 at lead. Probably should have leader ability first because he could get a trigger here. He did, didn't he? Oh, he didn't. Okay. Oh, he did, but not one that kills. Three Brothers Bond will bounce back. Robson, play out Law, bounce back Bonnie, play out Zoro, and then Zoro 5 out lead. He has to counter one. Yep, and then we'll pass. Okay, so he is at 8. That's 2 down for leader and then 4 down for the brothers. Right, if he makes himself like a 7 or 8, 9k, it's hard for me to just ping him with 5 every turn. 2 Sabos out, okay. He's scared. So one of my untapped laws are on the bottom. That means 0 to 3 or somewhere at the top. I'm gonna have to depend on that for lethal. Okay, here's 1 Sabo, 2 Sabos, okay. So we'll just try to kill the ace if he attacks with it. Which he will, right? He wants to kill my Zoro here. So there's 1 Sabo. Maybe he doesn't want to be at 0. Right, he could just stay 7k. Garp out. Luffy, but why would he play the 2 drop out? Okay, so picks up a 2-cost Luffy and then plays out the Sabo. Wait, did you search twice? I looked away for a second, so maybe I missed something. So 11 from leader. The 7's at Zoro, I'm assuming. Yep. Yeah, 11 at me, I'll take. Yep. Another blocker, okay. Activate Bonnie. I don't need any of these. Guess we'll have to take a Zoro. Another Bonnie. Okay, we have 1 Law, that's good. Don Cavendish will swing 7 at the ace. Counters. Okay, how about another 7 at ace? Is this once per turn? No, I can do it again. How about we do it again? We'll bounce. Chopper back to hand. Play out Law. Untap Cavendish. 7 again at ace. Gonna give us 2 more Dawn. He does counter 1k again. We'll do what? 7 at ace again. Does counter again. Do I attack with Law? Let's do it. 7 again. Okay, he blocks to save the ace. I will play a blocker here. Replace a Bonnie and then we'll pass. Because yeah, I don't have any 2Ks in hand actually. And I could die. So he's at 10 Dawn. He can Gecko Moria here. He spent a lot to save that ace. Like a lot. Okay, 7 at us. Let's just take that one. Right, he must have a Gecko. Okay, 6 with the blocker. We'll counter that for 2. Gecko and then replaces the Sabo and then replays the blockers out. Okay. Fine by me. Oh, Luffy. What the heck? I thought it was going to be 2 Sabos. Well, yeah, he's going to have 2 cards in hand. How many 9Ks can I make? Wait, 3 cards in hand because this Luffy pops my blocker. And then blocker out. Okay, so I just have to hit him for 9k 4 times. Is that doable? No, because I'm only gonna have. Well, no. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, 11 at me. Okay, yeah. I thought he was gonna kill one of my characters, but this is better. Okay, how many 9Ks can I make? Let's think it through. So I need a red guy out to bounce back to play this guy. Or do I? What if I just stack everything and then attack twice? Or, I need to think. It's cheaper to play out another body. Right? Or it's the same either way. I can't think, my head hurts. Oh, he just conceded. Did we have it? I think we had it, yeah. You just didn't want me to play it out. I'm pretty sure we had it. He's a party pooper, didn't want me to try to figure it out on my own. But I'm pretty sure from this board state and what I have in hand, he had, yeah, just, they're all counter. I just had to hit him with 9k 5 times because he has a blocker, right? So could I have done that? Right, if I was going to do like the restand law play, what would that have been? So I would have played like a Zoro. That's 3 Dawn. Cavendish attack into Sabo, give me 2 Dawn back. And then I use that 2 Dawn to play this law out. So that gives me 7 Dawn to stack. What is that? 13k twice? which he could have countered out of actually. So maybe I didn't have it. But I don't know, this guy didn't want to play it out, so oh well, bye.
Card D Kaizoku.